There is one corner of Europe where you can see a reminder of what life used to be like a few short weeks ago. In the spring sunshine, people in the Swedish capital Stockholm were carrying on as if the pandemic had never happened. Sweden has gone against the grain in not closing down restaurants or limiting people's movements much, but with over 2,000 dead, has a worse outcome so far than its Scandinavian neighbours. The government is starting to sound a bit worried about its own guidance.
As the spring sun appears, we seem to be seeing worrying reports about full outdoor terraces in restaurants, people in crowded places, and we have to take this seriously. Let me be extremely clear. I don't want to see any crowded outdoor restaurant terraces in Stockholm or anywhere else, and everyone has to take this on his or her responsibility.
Germany has the opposite problem. Under the iconic Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, restaurateurs staged a protest by lining up hundreds of empty chairs because the authorities across the country have refused yet to countenance them reopening, despite a far lower death rate than countries like Sweden. And unlike Sweden, Germany is continuing mass testing, opening drive-through facilities to trace more and more people. Ministers insist life can't go back to anything like normal until the infection rates drop to the hundreds every day. In terms of healthcare, it makes perfect sense, but the tension with the demands of business is growing. Restaurant owners have run out of patience.
It's no exaggeration to say there's sheer panic. Imagine your business, which is doing very well, is shut down from one day to the next. It means we don't have less revenue, it means we have no revenue, but leases and costs continue.
It'll hardly be a consolation, but in most countries going out to socialise remains a faraway dream, like enjoying the haute cuisine of the French bistro. That too is almost certainly many months away.
Nothing would be worse than conducting a rushed reopening of restaurants and bars, which could then force us to close again. I think it would be an immense disappointment, not only for the restaurant owners, but also for the French people.
It's also worth remembering that many of the most vulnerable, like the elderly of the Spanish city of Alcorcón, couldn't afford to go out to eat even if the option was open to them. Here, the Spanish Red Cross is delivering food instead. At the sharp end of the virus, keeping people alive remains the priority. Laurence, Al Jazeera.